It was the kind of summer evening in Boston that felt too perfect to be real. The air thick with the scent of blooming lilacs from the neighbor's yard. The sun dipping low over the Charles River like a promise of better days. But as I sat at the polished oak table in our family's Newton home, staring at the envelope in my hand, I felt the first crack in the facade I'd been holding up for so long. My name is Anna Thompson. And that was the moment everything I'd buried deep inside started to claw its way out. The graduation dinner buzzed around me, laughter from aunts and uncles, the clink of wine glasses toasting our futures, but all I could focus on was the slim card inside, a $10 Starbucks gift card, paired with a handwritten note from Mom in her elegant script. True wealth comes from a grateful heart. Anna, you've always been so grounded, learn to cherish the simple things. Her words landed like a quiet slap, echoing the lessons she'd drilled into me since childhood. Be practical. Be invisible. Be the one who doesn't demand the spotlight. Across the table, my twin sister Sophie beamed under the chandelier's glow, her perfectly styled waves catching the light as Mom unveiled her gift with theatrical flair. A leather-bound portfolio, bursting with tickets and itineraries for a month-long escape to Europe, London's historic streets, the canals of Amsterdam, the sun-drenched cliffs of Santorini. All expenses paid, down to the daily stipend for gelato and gallery tours. You've earned this, Sophie, Dad said, his voice thick with pride, eyes misting over as if she'd just conquered the world. That charisma of yours? It's going to take you places. The room erupted in applause, hugs, and tears of Sophie's. Of course, the kind that made her look even more radiant. I clapped along, my smile a practiced mask. But inside, something twisted sharper than ever before. For 18 months, I'd been the invisible thread keeping this family afloat, wiring $3,000 every 30 days to cover the mortgage on this very house, the one with the manicured lawn and the bay windows that screamed American dream achieved, $54,000 in total, siphoned from my freelance software engineering gigs, building apps for startups while Sophie networked at cocktail parties. They thought it was luck, a dip in rates, some benevolent twist of fate. But it was me, always me, sacrificing sleep and savings so they could pretend everything was fine. The hurt didn't explode that night, it simmered, building like pressure in a sealed pot. I drove home to my cramped Cambridge apartment, the city lights blurring through the windshield as memories flooded in. It all traced back to when we were kids, 8 years old, at that community theater audition in the stuffy rec center hall that smelled of old carpet and popcorn. I'd memorized every line for the lead role in the school play, practicing in front of the mirror until the words felt like my own heartbeat. Sophie winged it, giggling through flubs, her natural charm turning mistakes into endearing quirks. I got a call back for a minor part. She landed the star. Mom hugged her tight afterward, whispering, "See, honey, it's the spirit that shines." To me, a pat on the back and, "Anna, precision is good, but people connect with heart." That was the blueprint. Sophie, the golden child, effortless and adored. Me, the reliable shadow, valued only for what I fixed or funded. By high school, it was ingrained. When Dad's small accounting firm hit a rough patch after the recession, I took on side jobs coding websites for local businesses, stashing cash to help with bills. They never asked how I afforded my own laptop or tuition deposits for MIT. Sophie went to Boston University on partial scholarships, her vibrant personality winning over admissions committees. I graduated early, diving into the tech world, where my algorithms streamlined hospital databases, potentially saving lives with every debugged line. But at family gatherings, conversations always veered to Sophie's internships in marketing, her connections that opened doors. The mortgage crisis hit during our junior year, Dad's call coming late one night as I hunched over code in my dorm. His voice cracked with that forced optimism. Anna. Things are tight, the rate spiked. And with Mom's hours cut at the community center, we're scrambling. Sophie's essential study abroad program in Paris had drained the emergency fund. But no one mentioned cutting that. I can handle it, I said. The words automatic. Born from years of being the fixer. I set up the transfers from my growing bank account, labeling them Thompson Family Support in the memo. Month after month, I watched the deductions, calculating the lost interest, the vacations I skipped, the startup ideas I shelved. I told myself it was love, quiet, selfless, the kind that doesn't need thanks. But deep down, it was a desperate bid for them to see me, to acknowledge that my efforts weren't just practical, but profound. They never did. Instead, Mom raved about blessings from above at Sunday brunches, how the finances miraculously stabilized. Sophie posted selfies from weekend getaways to Cape Cod, funded by allowances I indirectly enabled. And me? I coded through the nights. My work at a health tech firm earning promotions. But the praise felt hollow without family validation. Graduation day amplified the fracture. We both crossed the stage, me with honors in computer science, Sophie with a degree in communications. The cheers blended. But at dinner, the disparity hit like a gut punch. Sophie's Europe trip was the crown jewel, my gift card. A footnote. That night, alone in my old room surrounded by childhood trophies I'd earned in silence, I opened my banking app. The transaction history stared back, 18 entries. $54,000 vanished into their miracle. The betrayal burned slow, not just the money, but the erasure of my sacrifice. They saw Sophie as the spark, me as the socket. Always there to plug into. I canceled the auto-pay with a single click, the confirmation email arriving like a quiet declaration of war. No fanfare. Just the end of my invisibility. 2 weeks passed in uneasy calm before the storm broke. Dad's call came mid-morning. His tone laced with confusion turning to accusation. The payment bounced. What's going on with the account? I drew a breath. Steady despite the racing pulse. I stopped it. Dad. I've been covering it alone for over a year. The line went dead silent. Then exploded with denials. Mom jumped on. Her voice quivering. Anna. Don't be selfish. Success shouldn't make you forget family. Selfish? The word ignited the rage I'd suppressed for decades. I gave everything. And you called it luck. I'm done being your ghost. They pleaded. Then threatened foreclosure loomed. The house symbolizing their status in the affluent suburb. But the damage was done. My silence had been my shield. And now its absence was the sword. The fallout escalated when Dad tried to link my account back without asking. A bank alert pinging like an alarm. I froze everything, documenting each attempt in a digital folder, emails, logs, statements. It wasn't vengeance yet, just self-preservation. Born from the ache of repeated betrayal. I confronted them at the house. The air thick with tension. Mom wept on the couch. Dad paced like a caged animal. Sophie smirked from the corner as if it were my overreaction. You owe us, Dad growled. Oh, I countered. Voice low but lethal. I paid your way while Sophie globe-trotted on praise. Where's my debt in that? Sophie's facade cracked. You're just jealous. No. I thought. I'm awakened. I left without another word. The door clicking shut on years of one-sided loyalty. The accident that followed was my tipping point, a late-night email to my financial advisor, attaching proof of payments, but auto-filled with the family group chat. By dawn, it viralized, and Clara shared it on social media, tagging relatives, neighbors, even the church group. Did you know Anna bankrolled their home for 18 months? Comments poured in, some pitying me, others shaming them for exploitation. The perfect Thompson image shattered. Whispers at Dad's firm led to lost clients. Mom's volunteer circles turned cold. The bank denied their refinance, citing inconsistent payments without my contributions. The house hit the market, a for sale sign stabbing the lawn like a final insult. I didn't gloat. The victory tasted bittersweet, laced with the psychological toll of betrayal. Nights brought flashbacks, childhood slights, the constant comparison, the loneliness of being the strong one. But from the ashes, I built anew. I launched my own firm, Vital Code Labs, specializing in AI for mental health apps, turning my pain into tools that helped others heal invisible wounds. Contracts rolled in. Colleagues respected my quiet precision, and for the first time, success felt earned, not extracted. Sophie appeared at my office months later, hollow-eyed, pleading, "Mom's health is failing. Dad's depressed. The house is gone because of you." "No," I replied, calm as stone. "Because of choices." She left defeated, the echo of her heels a fading reminder of what I'd escaped. Mom's call came unexpectedly, her apology raw. "I diminished you to lift us up. I'm sorry for the silence, the favoritism, the cost." Forgiveness came, but not reconciliation. "I hear you, Mom. But my life is mine now." Running into her at the bustling Whole Foods in Cambridge sealed the chapter. Amid aisles of organic produce, her frail form approached, tears welling. "I taught you to fade away. I see you now, too late." I squeezed her hand briefly. "Find your peace." As she vanished into the crowd, the weight lifted. The city pulsed outside, indifferent yet alive. I'd paid the price of silence with my soul, but in breaking it, I reclaimed everything. Gratitude? It's not about accepting scraps, it's about demanding the feast you deserve. And in the quiet aftermath, I stood taller, unburdened, the architect of my own unshakable world.